Welcome back to Edgewater, Saskatchewan for episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. We're back. I'm quad tracking. This is from the last episode. I took on the ploughing contract. I've taken on a second ploughing contract to earn a bit of money. My money has gone back up to 227 grand. It turned out it was just a payments error from the farmer from doing the flax contract I did up on field. Was it field 31? Up by our farm. I think what I'm going to do, I've got an idea. Well, I say I've got an idea. I was given an idea, and I've done it again. I can't remember who it was that sent me the message. What I'm probably going to do is put a farmhouse building, not necessarily the trigger, up by my shed. So I've got a farmhouse attached to the shed up there, not the concept but the shed up at the farm. But in the meantime, while that's being built, I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to have a little teepee. There's a teepee tent, so I'm going to do that. It's going to get very intense, and I've got a load of ploughing to do. While I was at the store collecting this, one of the local case dealers was there. Let's unfold this. Yeah, one of the case dealers was there. I'm going to need to rotate it. I want to go this way. This is a big field. It's going to take a long time, and I've been offered a case now because I couldn't move my my auger with the Land Rover. I thought I'm going to need to buy a tractor. Let's drop that down. Let's get going. Like I say, this is not very big, but we'll start off with this. I took on this contract and borrowed the equipment before thinking about. I thought it's going to be ages before I can get to a point where there's maybe a second-hand tractor or something I can buy. I thought I'd use the Land Rover to move the auger and just do some contract work. But realistically, with the money I've got, I said about getting a couple of bits of equipment that will allow me to do contracts. If I've got ploughing available at the moment, that's a terrible angle to be doing that. It probably wouldn't hurt to pick up a plough now, and it's one of the ones I've used before, the 6 metre, 9 metre one. I'm going to get one, but the case I've been offered, it's another QuadTrac, and this is not a dodgy deal. This is the price of what it's going to cost. It's about 70 grand, and I think I can go up to about 600 horsepower with without incurring any extra costs. I think it's going to be about 60 grand. Or is it 70 grand? 69 something. It may be 70 grand. But even so, for a 600 horsepower QuadTrac, that's amazing. So I'm going to have a look. We'll see what's available. I'm going to pick up a plough, because I think what I might do after a little while of doing this like this, I might get a little bit kind of I might go a little bit doolally tap, so we might have to just change things up a little bit. But I think doing the 2 ploughing contracts that I've taken on, and there are a load, I mean I could take on all of them, it would cover the cost of the tractor I'm going to buy. So what I'm going to do, I didn't even think about whether I could hire a worker. I mean, I've got a bit of money. No, I should be doing it myself. I need to be, at least, because we're only second episode in, and I'm not really at a point yet where I should be hiring workers or anything yet. I'm not established yet, and I need my money. So what we'll do, we'll do a few runs around the outside. Like I say, this is going to take a while, and it's only because I'd already, my pre-existing, I took on this contract and it came with the equipment, so I thought I'll borrow it. So I'm now thinking, do I buy a plough and use their QuadTrac? I mean, I want to buy my own one anyway. That way I'm not putting any fuel or wear and tear on my vehicle. You know what I might do straight away? Oh no! Lose the plough in the washout. Don't want to be doing that. I'm going to head back. I'm going to go back to the store. Yep, I've made a decision. I'll see you back at the store in a minute. This will certainly speed things up from a ploughing perspective, and hopefully I'll be able to use the tractor to move my... Will you watch me not be able to move my my auger with it anyway. We'll see. I'll see you at the store in a minute. Nearly there. I suppose I should start going over in the Land Rover really, but I drove the tractor out there, so it seemed a bit daft to... Yeah, I'd have to come back to get this anyway. Right. This is going to be the moment of truth then, isn't it? So... And then, like I say, this is not... I'll show you in the store menu. This is nothing... It's not dodgy. This is all proper. All proper. So... And this is going to help moving forward, actually. I won't worry about fertilising stuff or anything like that yet. And I'm going to look at maybe, I said in the last episode about producing my own, but again, that's going to be much further down the line. I just need to be in a position where I can earn some money. So under large tractors, the Steiger QuadTrac, 69,900. And if you go up through the options on horsepower, the price doesn't go up at all. I think I'm going to go for the power shift. The 9380, 600 horsepower, 69,900. I'll be mad not to. No, it doesn't have a rear 3-point link. Oh, that's not going to work then, is it? No, because the plough's a 3-point link. I wonder if I could attach one of those crated 3-point links to it. I don't think I've got an option for that. 2 different track types. I do actually like... I'm going to stick with those, I think. Beacon light, yes. Front weight. Do I want a front weight on it? Not yet, but I can put one if I want to. Don't want monitors. Not too worried about that at the moment, but maybe... I think we'll leave the colours the same. Exhaust duct will glue chrome. That's just on the pipe work. No license plate. 70,090 for a 600 horsepower tractor. It's not going to be the only one I'm going to need, but in all honesty, yeah, let's do it. Because we've got these as well. I want to get... Maybe I might be a case farm, you know. We might be a case farm on here. I want to get one of those. That's going to be my all-rounder. If you haven't seen my mod review that I did on this, oh man, you can use it as a wheel loader, and it's got a front loader, but you can put wheel loader attachments on it. It's just amazing. That goes up to 886 horsepower. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm maybe going to get one of those at some point. But yeah, this is going to be... Oh, just really... Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? That's a 3-point link mounted. Or do I just carry on what I'm doing? I'm not sure actually if I've even got the crated... Have I got the crated one installed? No, not there. Have I even got it? No, I haven't. Oh, that's annoying. So I thought I could at least try it, because that would really make my life easier. I'm going to see if I can get one delivered, because that would really help. But first thing I want to do though, let's see if we can't... Oh, I can't get my head around this. I know it's an older... Watch it not hook up to this. Am I just doing something wrong here? Oh, there you go. Oh, that's odd. What's happening there? Okay. That's peculiar. But it does mean I can get my auger back to the farm. So I'm going to do that first. And this gets up to 24 miles an hour pretty quickly as well. So we got the quad from the... just love the pickups going past. Yeah, so we've got the QuadTrac from the contract and mine. I'm flexing my quads. Although only one of them's mine, but hey. Let's do this. Oh man. The future's bright. The future's case. Okie dokie. Right, let's set this up. Actually, should I just do it with far bin? Actually, it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's do it there. This is where I find out I've got the wrong one. Nope, that's alright. Straighten up a little bit. You know what, we might be alright. That should be okay. Actually, I might need to put that down a little bit. Fantastic, right, next thing to do. Let's pitch my TP. Where am I going to put it? Now, sense would dictate. I've got a few trees and stuff, so I've got a little bit of shelter. Depends which way the prevailing winds are coming from, but I don't want to put it out in the open. I want to put it somewhere where I've got at least a little bit of shelter. I'm thinking maybe just put it here for the time being. A little bit of a gap. We'll pitch our tent and then we're good to go. Then, like I say, so attach, yeah, so I have a house built here, kind of attaching either onto the side of it or the front of it here. So it all becomes kind of one building, maybe? Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe here. That'll do. That's alright there, look. Little teepee. Well, that's out. We'll have a little hot tent. Have a little stove going. Fantastic. Right. Our tent's in. That will at least give us somewhere where we can bed down while we get everything else done. So, what does that mean? Just thinking, do I go the whole hog? Cut down some trees, mill my own lumber, that kind of thing. Have some lumber delivered. Do I go full story mode? Maybe, I don't know. I might do. Anyway, that's brought over. That's done. We've got somewhere to lay our head at night. Back to the store. Let's see if I can sort out the 3-point. If not, I'm just have to carry on with the plough that's there. Or maybe we can have a look and see if there's any other ploughs in the brochures that we could have delivered, and that will maybe make life a little bit easier. With 600 horsepower on this, I shouldn't have a problem with most of the ploughs that are available. There was the Gregoire Besson ones that came out recently. Maybe we could get one of those. Yeah, don't know. We'll have a look. That's what I do like, the old air ride seat in this. Look, oh, look at that. When you're going along, you hit a bump, you get this nice little bit of, just a little bit of bounce. Anyway. There you go, look. Cool. Right, so we're back at the store. In the interest of trying out something different, because I do tend to fall back on the same things over and over again, I'm going to try out a different plough. It's a flat one, because I do prefer those, I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit more expensive, but the Ripper Modified, supplied and produced by AFModding. It's a little bit smaller if I went for the 9-metre on that, but I've used that one, the 6MT, 9MT, quite a lot, and I thought that one would require a 3-point link. This one's trailed, so I should be able to just pull this behind. It's a little bit more expensive, but the 2 ploughing contracts I've got now will cover the cost of this. I was going to try and cover the cost of the tractor, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter. I'm going to buy it. And then what I'm also going to do, I think, is come out of there, go into there, and if I can take on... Oh, look. Oh, that's weird. There was a... I find it really peculiar how things keep coming and dropping off. There was a fertilising contract there. That's gone. Oh, harvesting, field 6. More flax, but it's 30 grand. Oh, man. Yeah, if I take on another fairly large... We've got 18, 14, that one there. 21 grand. So that's 3 ploughing contracts I've got to do now. So I'm making use of the plough I've got. And that will cover the cost of the plough and a bit towards the tractor as well. It's going to take a little bit of time. If I can stick on an audio book, put on a bit of music. Although it's getting on for 1 o'clock already. And there we go. Right. So I haven't needed to worry at the moment about 3-point link. So what I'll do is, which way will I go this time? Let's go to the south, shall we? And head across. I'm going to lose a little bit of money on the first one because I borrowed equipment, but again, this is what I was saying in the first episode. I'm not really... There's not a set plan in place. As I move further forward and we get going a bit more with it, I might start sort of have ideas that might not rear their ugly heads until kind of as I start moving through. But at the moment, I'm a little bit more reactive, I think, than proactive. I'm not... Yeah, I had no intention when I started on here, when I drove in with my Land Rover, of buying a QuadTrac, of doing ploughing. I just, it was just whatever was going to be there, we would crack on with it. And in all honesty, for just over 100 grand, we've got a 600 horsepower tractor and a plough. I'm just hoping this works now. Find it won't let me use the piece of equipment. I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. I'm sure everything will be okay. Only time will tell. Well, we're nearly there. Feels like we need a kind of... We need some rock music. We need a music interlude. Heavy equipment, big machinery. Why not? This feels very nimble. It's not at all sluggish. I thought it might be a little bit, you know. I'm going to go the other way around the field this time. So, let's unfold. Drop it down. Let's get my distance about right. So the question is, because it's a ripper, it's a subsoiler, so I'm getting a oh no, it is ploughed. I thought it was cultivating. It looked like a cultivated look. No, we're good. So I've got to look at what part of my cab do I want to keep lined up with the edge. I reckon just where that handle on the right hand side meets the field edge. Is that about right? Oh no, we're over a little bit, so maybe a little bit further over. Halfway up that? Something like that. We'll give it a go. So about halfway up, we keep that about there, and we'll swing round. 9 miles an hour. Keep that about there. Is it straight along this side? Fairly. How are we looking? We're looking pretty good. Oh, did miss a bit there for some reason. Oh, it sounds great. Now these are still big fields. They're big fields. The same as it was when I did the harvest in the last episode. Whilst I have got now an 8.6 metre ripper, and there are bigger. The Gregoire Besson SPSL 9 from Giants is a 10 metre, and there's the pack. There's the one I used on, what was it on? Western Wilds, wasn't it? The John Deere, the bigger plough. It was it. I can't remember how big it is now. I did look at that and I thought, well, you know what, I've used that before, let's use something a bit different. And it was a lot more expensive as well. I think that was, I want to say 80 odd grand. This is half the price, but then it's a lot smaller, so it's interesting. But we keep missing bits. Why does it keep missing bits? Oh, it's the angle. Is it the slope up? No, it should still be in the ground, shouldn't it? Maybe I might have to come at that from a different angle. Hopefully all those combined bits, if we've got any bits that missed, won't impede completing the contract. We should still be alright, because you've normally got a bit of leeway, so we should be alright. kind of idea for the size of the field as well. That's what I'll do. Let's stick on the old... let's get the sat-nav on and have a quick look. So what we've got flashing, field white, oh, that's all of that. So we're doing all of this. Then we got all of that. Where's the other one I took on? Oh, there. Oh, crikey, okay. No, look. Yeah, it's because it was sort of light on the light. It's a good way to spend my Saturday. I think I might put some music on. But the good thing about doing this, apart from the wear and tear on my vehicle, which is going to be wear and tear, I'm using a little bit of fuel, there's no inputs in. I don't need seed, I don't need fertiliser, I don't need any herbicide, nothing like that. There's no additional costs to this. And like I say, for this one, yes, I'll lose a little bit because I've already borrowed their equipment, but for the next two, I'm using my own, so it won't be a problem. I guess what I could do, if I wanted to hire a worker, but again, like I said, that's additional cost. I could get that other one running to speed this process up a little bit. It'll only speed up a little bit, but then it will really eat into my money, I would imagine. I think I'll just plod on as I am. It's honest work. Imagine doing fields like this back in the day with a horse. Or a team of horses. If you just had a horse and a plough, but a team of horses maybe and plough, but that would be insane, wouldn't it? Although it is something that a lot of people have still been talking about, that whole thing of, you know, a bit more grassroots farming, hands-on stuff, how cool it would be. I know I've mentioned it before, because we've got horses in game, to have horse-drawn equipment, you know. Just think of what that would bring to the game. I know a lot of people wouldn't necessarily want to go backwards doing that, but that would be pretty cool to do an entire Let's Play where you don't use any motorised vehicles. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? I'd love that. That's a whole nother challenge, isn't it? A whole next level. Well, website, this tractor. It's a deal, it's a steal, it's sale of the century. I was alright in those little bits, only when I turn that corner you look across and think, oh no. And I know I should be going up and down because I'm ploughing. I should be keeping everything in straight lines. But what I'll do is I'll get a couple of runs round, and I guess what I should be doing, I should be, you know, it depends on where you farm and how you farm, but I know a lot of farms and farming, they will go up and down, and they'll stop and turn around before the edge of the field, and then they'll put the headlands in afterwards. You normally do the headlands when you're harvesting, but I know for ploughing and cultivating and stuff like that, usually you would do the up and down of the field first, and then you finish off by going around the outside. But yeah, there you go, we've nearly done one full round. I might get all these three done before September maybe. field 32 is done. That's one of 3. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before it disappears like I did before. Let's get to there. Completed 22,869 because I borrowed equipment. That equipment's going to go back now, so we will collect on that. We're going to go to field 1 now, I think. Just deciding whether I want to take on that harvest contract. Maybe not. I think I'll go through to tomorrow and we'll see where we stand. I could just carry on ploughing fields, couldn't I? But I'm in that same situation where I'm just going to be here for hours. But in all honesty, that's all right. I'm finding it very relaxing. It's a good time to organise your thoughts. I've got an audio book going. It's great. I don't know if I've ever said about this before, but I've been collecting and playing Games Workshop Warhammer 40k, and I've played Blood Bowl and I've played a whole load of different stuff over the years. But 40k is the thing that I've always been really into. I've got a Black Templars army, mostly painted. It's interesting because it's that kind of collaboration between an old younger me and me now that I've been getting a lot of my models out again and looking at, you know, painting them, upgrading them, making them better, using a lot of the new paints that are out from Games Workshop and stuff like that. But my reading, I've said this before, when I worked at the school and before, I read all the time. Every single lunch break I would sit and read until I started teaching, and then my lunch breaks were normally taken up prepping for the lessons for the afternoon. But I read all the time. One of my favourite sets of books, and I've got, I must have hundreds of the Warhammer 40k and books, is the Gaunt's Ghosts series of books by Dan Abnett. I've read them all in paperback and hardback because I've got various different ones, but I've gone back to the start and I'm listening to them all on audio book again. Oh man, I absolutely love them. So I've been doing that. It's been really nice and relaxing. I've had an audio book on and just, yeah, kind of organising my thoughts and doing stuff. Now this should be the next one. I'll do the same thing. I'll go around the edges. Actually, what I might do with this, I'm going to go up the middle, I think. Away we go. Close my sat nav. Now I know where I am. And field 7 is over that direction. So once this one's all done, I'll switch on to that. This one's got the. Can I cut across from here? Just looking to see if I can see a path across. Double check on the map. So we are here. Maybe there is. If not, I'll have to work my way around because the other side's going to be the bit that's going to require most of the work, but we'll get it all done. It's one of those things I thought, well, if I was going to sit, if I decided to, like this afternoon, I'll make myself a coffee, sit on the sofa, listen to my audio book, I can still do that while I'm doing this, so why not? Why wouldn't you? The same with listening to music, I'll often do that. And I'll go into the man cave quite a lot. I've got a stereo out there with a speaker and stuff. I'll often go out there, sit in the man cave. If it's cold, put on the burner and listen to music out there. But while I'm doing this, yeah, music or audio book, that's the way to go. Well, more of the same. We'll see where we end up. I'm just wondering whether I'm going to get these done before it starts to get dark. I don't know if I will, you know. Got to be careful with these fence lines as well. The other field, the reason why I was losing, it was just on the same thing there. It is the undulations. I think it's the plough I'm using, the Ripper, isn't particularly forgiving. There's not a lot of movement in it. I might be better off one of the others. I mean, maybe moving further down the line, I might get one of the other ones. I might get the other John Deere one that I've used before, or you know, there's a few different options available. There's the one I used on Silver Run, that massive one, but it's really big. This sort of map, actually, I could probably get away with moving it around, but for the time being, I will just carry on. We just got the notification, field 1 is complete. When I say complete, we've actually got this section here, and there's quite a bit further over, which doesn't appear like it needs to be done. So we'll fold that up. What I will do then is we'll complete on this one. So 30,965, field 1, done. On to field 7. We'll need to invest in a jet wash. We're getting through the fuel a bit, and we've got a bit of wear and tear. 2.7 hours so far of just ploughing. Oh dear. Still very happy with my purchase. I'm going to be honest, it's brilliant. It's working out really well. Should I have gone for the larger plough? Maybe. But again, that's something to aim for. So we'll gradually work our way up through equipment, I guess, as we go. It depends what jobs come up next. Actually, you know what? While we're doing that, let's have a look. There was one for a cultivating job there. Oh man, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole, aren't I? I'm going to end up picking off loads of these. It's easy work, isn't it? That's the thing. It's easy work. I mean, the harvesting. We could do that one. Which one is field 6? Let's have a look at field 6. Where is that one? Field 6. Okay, that's that's big. Mind you, we did. Actually, that's not much worse. We did 31, didn't we? And that's probably similar sort of size. I don't know. I think what I'll do is when I've done this, it's going to be, I would say, 5:30 by the time I finish this. We'll head back. We'll get something to eat. We'll bed down in our tented accommodation, and then we'll rise in August 2, see what's available, and we'll crack on from there, because I'm going to need to start looking at buying land. And it's the same thing you have. Hang on, am I in the right field? No, I'm not in the right field. That was lucky. Wrong field. Next one. Actually, I'll probably leave that open. There's no traffic come on here. Yeah, it's that. It's where do you? It's interesting actually. I wonder what route do you guys go down? I mean, do you build up your machinery first and do jobs? Or do you go for land first, or do you do a combination of both? A bit of machinery, bit of land, bit of machinery, bit of land, and kind of gradually work your way up? What's the process? I've always been one for, I know when I do it with animals, I like to prepare all my stuff first before I get the animals. So I'd like to have all my feed and stuff ready to go. Why are we not? Oh, we are, sorry. Yeah, before we get going. And then I'm sort of good, and I'm more down that route of I'd rather build up a bit of equipment first before I then start investing in land, because all well and good having the land if I've got no equipment to work it with. You know, I could lease stuff I suppose, but there's that, you know, at least when you're doing contracts you can borrow the equipment from the farmer. If I buy myself a nice plot of land, then I've got to, well, let's say I can lease, I haven't got to buy anything, but get the lights on now actually. So I guess, yeah, I'll probably build up a bit more equipment first. I'm just hoping, like I say, fertilising jobs maybe, we might get some seeding. The other thing to look at is going to be here, so we'll harvest, I was hoping we get spring harvest. We can plant wheat in September, so we might get some sowing contracts in September potentially. There'll be loads more harvesting though. There should be oats. We'll have sunflowers, soybeans, October, November. It depends what's been planted on the map, of course. peas and lentils, flax. Yeah, so we should get a load more as far as contracts go, and when those fields are done, if they are going to need repurposing, we might get more cultivating jobs and hopefully, fingers crossed, some fertilising. My next step would usually be to look at getting some fertilising gear and kind of going from there. It's a little bit too bright now. Actually, I don't know why I've left most of the field behind at the other one. I say most of the field, most of the field, actually a small part of the field when you consider how much of it I've actually done. So yeah, field 3, well not field 3, field 7, but the third field of our ploughing extravaganza. So yeah, I'll see you much later. 5:30, probably. We'll see actually. I wonder if my guesstimate will be close to that or not. Yeah, I'm thinking based on what I've done so far, probably 5:30ish. And then we'll pack our gear away. I don't know if there's anywhere that has a jet wash actually. I don't know if down towards the main store where there's anywhere that's got a jet wash. Actually, I'm trying to think. When we over here, that's my Land Rover. Oh, hang on! I've just remembered. There's a is it forklift in there? In the fertilizer seed buildings that are down here, there's a fertilizer spreader, isn't there? Is it a K105? Yeah, K105. Oh, I had that for. I thought there was a jet wash around here somewhere, but I might have imagined that. I might just be hoping. I mean, in the day, I'll have enough money. I'll buy myself a jet wash. I'll treat myself. We will literally splash out. So, see you later on. It took me a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. I'm back at my farm now. I say my farm. Haven't really got much here as far as the farm goes. This really needs sorting out. So what I'm going to do, we're going to put in container or tools. Tools, isn't it? There's various different. I normally go for the pressure washer. You put in your pocket, that kind of thing. I suppose I still could do, couldn't I? Yeah, you know what? I might do that. I do find that a lot easier because then you can use that wherever. I've got that installed, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't. Oh, there you go. I was going to put it here by the side of the thing, but it makes more sense to have it. I'm going to probably grab myself a bite to eat. I might have a little bit of a nap because I did what I said I was going to do. Look. That's contract complete, 21,751. So I'll collect on that. But I have taken on another one. So that I will do off camera. And then I will see you into August 2. And we'll kind of go from there. 185 grand, that should take us over 200,000. Then we need to look at next steps. Yeah, I'm not... I guess it's just going to be a case of cracking on with jobs, really. We'll see if any fertilising jobs come up, and we'll keep going. I'm just wondering, actually, you know what? I'll sleep on it. Do I need 3 bins at the moment? I'm just thinking maybe I could sell one of the bins. I don't know how much I'll make from it. We'll have a look at that tomorrow. That's not really, doesn't need to be done this moment, but I'll get the machinery washed off a bit, cleaned up a bit. I know I'm going to go back out and do some more ploughing, but it doesn't hurt. Keep your machinery clean. We can inspect it, go over it, I'm not going to use the toolbox mod. I normally use the toolbox mod, but I think what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to get I might get a set of ramps or a workshop of some description that's more. I mean, the toolbox is fairly static. I mean, I generally speaking don't move it around very much, but I think I'll go for something a bit different on here. So we'll have a little workshop here at the farm. I could just take it back down to the main machinery store and do a bit of work on it there, but these are definitely going to need some work because they've seen a few hours work already. Right, pop that away. Like I say, bite to eat, get me head down. Oh, got a cloud coming. Clouds coming in. And I will see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.